And the Packers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Here's Jones again on second down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Go! Warrior 70. Ready?
4th down, Vick. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Go!
Vick to throw it. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
From the gun, it's Stewart. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. This will go to Henry out wide. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Here is 3rd down and 4.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Stewart. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
Break. Here we go.
Now a handoff up the
Damn!
middle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Come on.
Off the option, here's Henry. Able to push his way through. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mike Gesicki An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Go!
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 10.
Check, check. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Throwing, Vic. This one swung out here to Jones.
Hustle, hustle.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Vic now. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Let's go. Ready.
Play action now, Vic. And that's going to be
bro, pick it
incomplete.
off,
Too
man.
tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bro, you're going to bounce off of that.
70. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
It's a play fake. Now Vic rolling to his right. Lets this one rip toward Graham. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they finally get him down, but not before he gets it up to the 46. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A give to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Escapes the defender. Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 51 yards. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
I'm getting bailed out. I thought you said you're gonna beat me, bro.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense
No
at the
bailout,
line.
bro. Nothing happened.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Here we go, shot.
Now this time they'll throw it with Vic. Oh, and now Vic throwing another interception.
Bro, why did he step out of
Picked up by
bounds?
Jalen Ramsey. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41.
ready.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10
Come on.
at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
On the ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
70 Lions. Get up.
Here's Stewart to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Ready, ready.
Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
108 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Go. Go.
Stewart. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls
Nigga, I
like this
just been
before.
running the shit
But how
out of the
about
ball,
a little credit to the
honestly.
defense forcing that incompletion.
They'll run with Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Bro, he's so open, bro. I know, bro.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again.
Ready, set.
Nah, I'm not big. Bro, look at this route by Johnson, though.
Looking to throw. Stewart. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Packers
I thought he was gonna stop right. I thought he was gonna stop right there.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on 1st down.
Let's go now.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the move past the 40. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
I know, right? I know, right?
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
All right.
Ready up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going deep for Brown.
I'm just going to pray.
And now
gonna
this
pray.
is intercepted.
Ross
My
is gonna
goodness.
pray.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Got it. Ready? 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready?
Now here's Vic.
Bro.
And that'll be knocked
Bro,
away.
why did
It's
it sack him,
incomplete.
bro?
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
This to Graham on the short pass. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down
Bro,
at
he
the
just run
39.
past me, bro. That's
So
why I
from the
usually
39
dive.
now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Set.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Reload. Reload.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
79 Broncos. Come on. Come on. Set. 18 Pioneer.
From the gun, Vic. That is caught. It's Calvin
Bro,
Johnson.
if number 1
And he
was
is
like
out of
over,
bounds,
like a
but
little
not
bit
before
closer, he would
he's
have picked it off.
inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Set up. Ready.
Up the middle, Jones. Down at the 25.
On the ball.
Here's
on the ball.
2nd and 7.
Now. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 18 Rattler. 18 Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready.
Here's Vic. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Roll, go.
Jones.
Bro,
And he'll take this one in
I
for
did
a
run
Packer
commit, bro. I did run
touchdown.
commit, bro.
Taking
Just
it in from
I
4
just went to the
yards
wrong
out.
side, bro.
And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. So the
Bro, I
Packer
know
kickoff
Alex
team
always
set to
does
go
that
as they
flat
will
route,
kick
bro, every
this one
time.
away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed.
Oh, my God!
He's up.
Oh, my gosh, Derrick Henry!
In for a Ravens touchdown.
Damn!
The second touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Dios
Boy, I gotta say, I don't know
mío!
how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down,
Dude.
wrap up, but in this case he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Johnson jostles free, and he returns this to the 22. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 22 yards there, a first down.
You said...
No, no. 19 Lions. Ready. 7 Pirates. Check go.
Here's Michael Vick. Drops it to Jones in the flat. They'll wind up getting
You know you
7
can do
on
that
play,
when the
and it'll be
ball
second
is not
down.
snapped.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without
Bro,
weakening
Matthew
our overall
Golden,
defense? You're
bro.
exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Vick. This to Graham on the short pass.
Oh.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Alert. Shot alert.
An inside give to Jones. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Cougar 19. 60 Vikings.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Nope.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Panther 11. Here we go.
Vick readies to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Vick. Able to get away, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Operating from the gun. Vick under pressure, and they got to him again. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. Trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Here we go. Bronco 80. Ready?
Throwing now, Stewart.
Oh, damn.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Okakwo holds it in left side. Look at the big fella go. Inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
You're good.
And the Ravens use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
You're good.
They
You
have
said
to
you're gonna
love
belt
seeing
to
that from
ask
their
me.
young
What's going
quarterback
on
here
right
in the
now?
4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35.
You're literally playing the AI defense.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they try. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jamie Sherwood. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. It's the fullback, 35 yards. And the Ravens have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Then throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And the catch made by Johnson. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Vic to throw it. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here we go.
Vic to the air again. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And now here is another interception. I think you and I were a little surprised